Welcome back to another compelling episode of the Reggae Hour podcast. Today, we are thrilled to reconnect with Fyah Prince, a dynamic dancehall singer hailing from Venda, Limpopo in South Africa. Having previously graced our podcast, Fyah Prince returns to share more about his musical journey, his influences, and the stories behind his impactful lyrics. Fyah Prince's career is a testament to his versatility and dedication to the art. Transitioning from a dancer to a hip-hop artist and producer, he eventually found his true calling in dancehall music. Since releasing his debut album, Fyah Chant, Fyah Prince has captivated audiences worldwide with his fierce and righteous lyrics, seamlessly blending dancehall, hip-hop, and reggae. As we explore his rich discography, including notable works like Jah Sent album and Majesty I, we dive into how his life experiences and the pressing social issues within his community have shaped his music. Fyah Prince's collaborative spirit and his presence at international music festivals further cement his influence and contribution to the global music scene. Join us as we delve deeper into the rhythms and insights of Fyah Prince and discover the stories that continue to fuel his artistry.
Conquest. You don't know. Me happy bless the ganja, happy burn the chalawa. Early in the morning, me love to see it blaze. Me get it from the farmer, them growing marijuana. Been planting it since the ancient days. Me happy bless the ganja, happy burn the chalawa. Early in the morning, me love to see it blaze. Me get it from the farmer, them growing marijuana. Been planting it since the ancient days. Whoa, 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 whoa. Happy past marijuana while we chilling on the corner. Nobody we no bother. Meditation getting higher. Lyrically we be stepping on the healing of the souls. Uplifting of the broken when I see them make a road. Who don't you know? It's a healing of the nation. Pharmacists them know. A real medication. Asthma, cancer, bipolar and diabetes. Repairing your cells. Me happy bless the ganja, happy burn the chalawa. Early in the morning, me love to see it blaze. Me get it from the farmer, them growing marijuana.
How you doing today, Fyah Prince? I hope everything's going well for you.
Yeah. Greetings, Reggae Hour, greetings, Mr. E. Once again, it's a pleasure to be here. Greetings to everyone.
Yes, it's been a minute, man. Bless up, man. Let's start with your journey with your latest album, Majesty I. What was the spark behind this powerful body of...
It's all about life experience. The whole music, everything we're doing, we're just trying to showcase the life experience so that we give guidance and upliftment to other individuals like ourselves, because we know what we're going through. Other people can also go through it too. So why not share your experience and make the people go through what you went through so that whenever it come their way, maybe they will be prepared, you know what I mean? So life experience as always, man.
Yes, man. Life is always gonna send you like curveballs and things of that nature. If it didn't, then it wouldn't be an experience, right?
Exactly.
Now, you've worked with producers across France, Germany, and South Africa. How did the creative process evolve like this time, and what new sounds are you excited for the world to actually hear from you?
Exactly. New album is about to drop, which is compassed by some new sounds. It's a whole new different level of fire. So yeah, it's sounding good. Tracks are ready, you know what I mean? The album called Life. So yeah, more inspirational, more motivational, more upliftment as usual, you know? Not forgetting to praise the Most High at the same time. In the same time, because it's more, important not to forget our Creator and the gift that He has given us. So why not? Live, new album, very hot, right there on the spot, soon dropping. So yeah, man, we're just finishing the mixing and the mastering and things, but everything, all the recordings already.
Man, that sounds good, man. We're excited to hear this album, man. Like, we was listening to Majesty, and it was like, we know that you took on 90% of the production for olden days. Like, so what would be a difference between the production of Majesty and the production of Life?
Of course, the level of the producer himself, the rhythms that were being used, As in Majesty I, there is different producers whom I worked with on that whole piece. But unlike Life is only one producer, which means he's doing everything. So everything is just on the same levels. There's no difference in any verbs or whatsoever. Everything is just good. So yeah, that's the whole difference on the whole scene.
How did you balance your voice and the beat to shape your new tracks on this new album versus the last album, Magic?
Yeah, it's all about the environment. The studio environment gives you that authenticity of your recordings. You know how the energy in the room and all these things. Because if I remember on this new album, Live, on my first day, my first recordings, I did almost three tracks here in one night on my first day. So yeah, all about making sure that my vocals, I was like more of freestyling because I was feeling these beats more than anything. So certain tracks were just done like in one shot, just like that, get inside the booth and without knowing what I'm gonna sing and just go with the rhythm and sing out something, and at the same time we capturing, just find out that what great piece. You know what I mean?
So tell us about your lyrics, the difference between the lyrics on Majesty and the lyrics on Life. What message are you wanting to portray on Life that would be different from Magic?
Of course, there is an involvement on realizing that there are certain pressures, certain energies we need to get rid of, when we're trying to create this music. So in Life, I'm on that state where I'm just reminding my people that it's very much important for us not to forget the very important thing that we are here for, which is what we are experiencing, which is our life. Not to say we need to celebrate it with birthdays and all these things, but realizing its importance on a daily basis, thanking our creator, and songs of praises as well, just on a certain level where we are no longer asking. It's all about portraying and showing what he is already doing, instead of asking what he should offer or do, because already we are witnessing his powers.
Okay, I like that, man. See, a lot of people forget that we are supposed to be one, and in order to be able to ignite those powers, man, we have to be able to practice unity. So I definitely like that. And when you saying Life, man, a lot of people right now, they're experiencing turmoil in their life. We have wars that's going on and things of that nature. Like, what can somebody that's pretty much living in a battlefield, when they're listening to this new album, what should they expect to get out of it?
Yeah, it's all about realizing that it's not the end of the world up until the creator of life himself calls it. We need to keep enduring. We need to keep ourselves existing, because unfortunately we didn't know that we were going to be alive like prior our birth. So for that being said, that means even our existence cannot be something that is beyond our knowledge. So of course, in the meantime, let's do what is best. Appreciate love, give thanks and praise for seeing another day, as is the most important thing in the whole world now.
Right. Now, you're right about that, especially with the turmoil that's going on right now. Peace and love is definitely something that we all need to reach out for. So definitely got your music that inspires that. Been listening to you for some years now, and you're in our personal playlist. Trust that.
I give thanks, my brother. I need to one day.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with your career, man. You on every stage imaginable, every festival. Like I look at you're there, you're performing, you're networking, you're marketing, you're working, you're doing it, man. Like, what has been like a stand-up moment off stage, whether like a personal milestone or an unexpected lesson that you've learned with all the success that's coming your way?
Patience and not thinking too much has been one of the key things that I've learned recently, because apparently the more we utilize our brains, we're trying to create a situation which if it manifests not, then it becomes a problem to ourselves on our daily lives. We become disturbed, stressed, and all these things just because apparently we don't even know what's going to happen this next moment, next minute. So why not let everything be driven by He who knows more better than we? Because we have tried a lot ever since our existence to imagine, to think, to create, and if nothing is happening, let it be within his hands. He knows more better. That's what he said before. He's even saying it now. He will say it even after we transit. So yeah.
Right. No, beautifully said, man. We right now, me and my family are practicing what we call being water, letting things flow, and flowing with the way of things, and it has opened up a lot of opportunities that I can say have been very beneficial, very positive, very uplifting for our family, and we're grateful for those opportunities. I don't think we would have saw those opportunities had it not been for us letting go and just letting the water flow. Like that spirituality, that aspect of spirituality right there, a lot of people can't grasp it. Like, how do you stay spiritually grounded in daily life, like especially as you chop it up with like global audiences and carry the message of truth?
To some of us, man, it's just nature. Some of us are just grew up within such conditions where it's full of gratitude. So by gratitude itself, just growing within it, there is something that you cannot lose in life, which is staying grounded and making sure that you stay true to who you are as an individual, and that means your place of birth is it's always in a picture of whatever you're doing. You don't forget your community and everything. Whatever you're doing, you're trying to make sure you're doing everything in order to can implement back in the community, for that matter. That is it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you're right about that. And when especially when it comes to community, your community is pretty much your base for your spirituality, of your culture, of your language, and things of that nature. And the way that we reconnect with that community says a lot about us. And so let's rewind it to Venda. Like, what's happening back home in Limpopo? Like, have your roots shaped who you are today beyond your music, and how do you give back to your hometown?
Like I said, as those who are awakened, if we haven't yet implemented, it's good to be structuring, putting things in place. But of course, when it comes to music, within this period when one has been just marshalling within the industry, there is a lot that has been done within the province of Limpopo, which is uplifting upcoming young artists, those unknown, those who are trying, those who are facing difficulties, producers, interacting and just making sure that this music doesn't really lose the essence. Even if it doesn't mean that without us, it could have lost it or not. It just means that we realize that our contribution currently, because it's us who is seeing it, it's us who are experiencing it, it's very necessary. So we try to assist. A lot of them will really mention that name if they are willing to. Some will keep it for their matter or their pride or whatsoever, but there's a lot we have tried to assist to make sure that they stand tall and they know what's the basics of being one to face this musical challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. And I've been keeping up with South Africa, especially with the music scene down there for the past couple of years now. And not only has the music scene has been blowing up, it's been getting bigger, it's been getting more notoriety. I kind of like cross-reference it with some of the political movement out there, and kind of see like they do have a legitimate connection. It seems the mentality of the people, especially the youth now, is coming to where they want justice. We've been all wanting justice all this time, but they're acting on it. You know, we have a lot of things such as the land being taken back and redispersed to the native people there, so that they can finally get a footing up on and get that foot off their neck that they've been having going even since apartheid ended. How would you say that the youth right now, what is making them drive forward and accomplish goals that the elders have been dreaming of and marching for and things of that nature for all this time?
Of course, the list of those who are becoming free-minded, that is helping them to overcome a lot, because we are seeing a lot of content creators coming up. We're seeing a lot of vloggers, YouTubers, podcasters, because most of them have realized that staying stagnant within their mentality or box of thinking, it won't be necessary. So there's a lot of movement within. A lot of them, as you can see, even the dancing part, we've got some youth who just took the World Dance Trophy. I think it was in Sweden or something, where it shows you that even through all these experiences, they are still focused. They are still willing to push themselves to the limit. They are still comparing themselves to the world. They are still doing their best in making sure that that creative part keeps on existing, because in South Africa, it's like life to be creative.
Yes, definitely. I mean, if it is creativity, creation started in Africa, you know, and then a lot of people, we all know that, but we tend to don't take a perspective on that. When you see everything that's happening in Africa right now with Ibrahim Traore, with Burkina Faso, with Mali, Niger, and all these other countries that are actually breaking free from the colonial chains that have been placed on them, would you say that Africa is being the mother of creation once more?
Of course, it cannot go back, no matter how many years we can go through colonialism, go through white supremacy, or whatsoever practices that has been done in order to put us under. All in all, it was just a matter of time, because time is the master, as always. And that one individual has to be sent to set us free. You know, like Malcolm X said it in those years, that it's only that time then when the Africans start to, or one African start to realize or think for himself, that he will make others to think for themselves, and is then that they will be free, you know, which is what is happening now. And it's going to happen throughout the whole of Africa, because Africa, not has it been robbed its minerals alone, but even the way it has been shown on the map, it's still a lie. You know, Africa is one of the biggest continent, meaning when I'm traveling from Johannesburg coming to France, I witness almost 9 hours that I travel inside Africa before I get out of Africa, you know, on my travel, on my Boeing, when I'm up there, it's almost 9 hours I'm inside the continent before I can leave it. You know what I mean? So,
and that's in the air. That's flying on a plane, and that's the fastest mode of transportation we have on Earth right now. So yeah, that says a lot. Whereas when you go to UK or you go to Europe, you have train systems that get you from one country to the next within 30 minutes. You know, that's very big contrast right there.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think we're just rising for the cause. And if you check, it's not even what is happening in Burkina Faso alone. We've got the likes of Chikumbuzo in Zimbabwe, the inventor of the cars which are moving without being recharged. It's not electric, it's it which is creating electricity, radioactivity, and stuff. You understand? This is just new. This is just to show you that yes, civilization creation is going back to where it started. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, it's a lot of speculation that this new technology that is being brought out now, you know, with electric vehicles, smart TVs and things of that nature, AI, all of that is not really new technology. That is actually old technology that you can actually find on records in Africa, such as the hieroglyphics when it shows the priest at the head of a pharaoh's coffin with his staff. A lot of people don't understand that was a staff that generated electricity, and there was a battery, and a lot of people who broke into these tombs would die when they touched the sarcophagus because it was electrocuted. It was electrified. So these people would get electrocuted. People didn't know what was going on with them, so they said it was a curse. Why do you think that it is now that all of this stuff is starting to come back? We are bringing all of this stuff back. It's not that it just is coming back on its own. We are bringing this stuff back. Why do you think that this is the time and era?
Because we've got the reset. The world goes through a reset, something which is not being talked about, which means whatever we go through is not like it's the first time the earth itself is experiencing what we are going through, you know, because there's been former civilizations which has been wiped out. All right, we've got mud floods which have occurred. We've got a lot of things that have occurred back in the years, which indicate that there is a reset which has been made purposefully, knowing that certain people are creating their own dynasty, their own lineage, league, or whatsoever, or where they know that it's all about the control system. So, with that being said, that means that's why it's easy for them to do what they're doing now, which is of creating the World War III, where they are focused in distracting the cities and holy police, mega military places where they know that there is a large number of people occupying this places, making sure that they are working or whatsoever. It's purposefully. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's intentional. They know that they want to recreate everything. The whole money is going to their pocket again in order for them to restructure, reshape, rebuild with places. So it can look like they feel bad. Oh, Israel is being born and all. They don't feel bad at all. They know that they're doing it for the purpose to rebuild it, create their own monetary system and all the things. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, and that I was hearing a lot about a reset that was going on, and especially an economic reset, a financial reset, and a lot of people was up under the impression that that reset would actually benefit us. Do you think that that's a possibility that it could benefit us?
No ways. It's always look at it like this. How can you as the family be the one who make the conditions and changes within your family, and you don't make those conditions to be always on your benefit? There's no way. Why? Because it's you who's creating those conditions. And I mean, those policies, it's you who's setting up always, all the time, the needs to favor you the most in order for you to stay away from trouble. Put it for instance. So, with that being said, the only dangerous thing that can happen is that the implementation of the mark of the beast can be fastened, because the revelation is happening now. And we are all aware and we can see where everything is going. Because if this wars continues, all what's going to happen is that there will be proposals of there to be digital whatsoever. You understand? That's going to be for the whole world. I think that's why there is even worse now. It's because there are certain people who are trying to make sure that we get all marked and make sure that we use the one system, which is the scanning and all the QR codes and certain stuff like such. See?
Yeah, it's exactly, and like that's why when you come across these people that actually think that it's beneficial, that it's going to be beneficial, and that it's going to help us out, that's why you have to actually get their perspective on things, because they're actually for the beast. These are the people who are telling you that they are for Babylon, and they may not even understand what they're saying, but at the same time, though, that's what's in their heart. What's in their heart is what they want, and what they want comes out their mouth. When it comes to the message, especially like, okay, let's say with Sudan's Darfur and camps like Zamzam, the ICC calls it genocide, like mass killings, famine, and sexual violence. As a global voice, what responsibility do artists have to lift up these stories?
Speak the truth in your songs. Stop entertaining people with vanity. You know, it's coming and going. You know, it's good to sing songs that even after 10 years, when somebody listens to them, they can still be motivated or, you know, uplifted. So it's very much important for the artists to talk the truth. Don't side with the evil, because the evil is going to swallow you, you know. But if you stay with good, good is going to save you. That is just the nature. It works like that. So if the artist can focus on spreading the truth, researching and getting to know what's happening, it's very much important. Peer pressure for artists, it's something which is very much stupid. You can't be an artist, then you are a follower. There's a problem. So yes, let's try to evolve. Let's speak the truth. Let's get out of lies. Let's get out of unnecessary entertainment.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. And that actually brings me to my next question. When it comes to the demand and the supply and demand, when it comes to the different types of music and things of that nature, a lot of people say that dancehall doesn't uphold the same values as reggae. I like to feel like it's all in the lyrics. You know, I don't want to clump all of dancehall together. I don't want to clump all of reggae together. But it's all in the lyrics that actually has the values of the actual true essence of reggae. So would you say that reggae has or even dancehall, the lyrics, it has a place to where either the consumer demands and we supply, or is it the artist who supply and we demand that supply? What I'm trying to get at is, who is responsible for the irresponsible music being released? The consumer or the artist?
It's written in the holy book that the players of the instruments are very much important, which means it's not in any other way whatsoever. It's always one way. It's the artist who needs to get the information and share it with the people so that they wake up, and then the people will be awakened, and then we've got a good, conducive environment, community, which is good. There is no any other way. It has to start from the artist. Yes, positivity needs to start within ourselves. That's why there is a lot of them who are negative. It's because it's known that the more they become positive, it's going to have a very good impact within the communities. So that's why it's always us.
The artist needs to hold themselves accountable, which is what I've always said. And which is the reason why I feel like the artists need to hold themselves accountable, is because you hold the people's heart. The people don't just give you their heart. You earn that. And by earning that, you have a responsibility to protect that. And I don't feel like, again, I don't feel like it's a genre of music that would guide the way on that. I think it's the message, it's in the lyrics.
It's just a message. We can have any beat. I'm stepping on any beats. What I'm doing is that I'm changing the message, the content of the message. You know, something that you think is gonna be singing about love, I'll be singing about His Majesty. You know, trap, whatsoever. You just change the feeling of how people would experience on those type of songs. Instead of one to feel like they're in the club, let one feel like they're meditating.
Exactly. And that's what I like about chanting. The chanting music is good music to meditate to, but you can meditate to any music and that music will guide your meditation. So you got to be very. I was just talking to my son about this today because I asked him, like, well, what is your favorite type? He said, I don't have a favorite type of music. I listen to all types of music, which I encourage. You never want to restrict yourself. You never want to box yourself in, but you do want to be careful with the lyrics, because while you're listening, because he said it's like, I don't know, it's just something about electro music that just does something to my brain. I'm like, exactly, son. So you definitely want to be careful of the type of instruments that you're listening to. You want to be careful with the type of voices, the type of messages. You want to be careful with all of that. And of course, you're in my playlist, so when your music come up, I use it as an example, because you used a message of hope, unity, and action, and you direct it towards the youth, especially in Africa. What message do you want to, like, universal message, do you want to convey to the youth right now, because it's all in their hands and they're the ones that's taking action in this world? What message do you want to convey to them universally, that at the end of your career you want to look back at your discography and say, I said this and they heard me loud? What is that message?
Of course, it's love. Love, and not undermining any person just because of their color. That's very much important. Having love, sharing it unconditionally, and realizing that life itself is love, because that's what we have experienced the period when we were with our parents before we become teenagers. All we were going through is life experience, which is love. So love itself is more crucial in this time and forever, even in the beginning. That's why those who were not practicing it, they are being capable today. The karma is hitting back, showing them that if they have done it otherwise, if they could have done it otherwise, things could have been different. They shared no love. They were lynching. They were doing horrible things. You understand? Now it's karma. Karma is gonna hit back, and it's gonna be horrible. Just wait.
Oh yes, I agree to that 100%. Babylon will fall, and we're just biding time, letting the Most High take his steps, and we're trying to be in line with the steps the whole way through. Oh man, Fyah Prince, it was a blessing having you on once again. It was long overdue. It was great having this conversation with you, and the message and the words of honesty, uplifting, and unity. It comes no better than how you presented it today. So we want to thank you for joining us here on Reggae Hour one more time. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, or any new message, or I'm not message, new news, or anything you want to give people updates, how they can find you on social media, so on and so forth?
Of course, firstly, I must thank the man himself, Mr. E, Reggae Hour, for all the opportunities, all the strength, staying in link. It has been great. Of course, I must thank the likes of I Agreed, wherever him there about. Me Canadians, number one brother. And all the Canadians who supporting Fyah Prince music, Ras Bulbul, the nephew of Liz Chris Perry, wherever I am there about. Just know that more works are still gonna come. Yeah, man, shout out to all the producers who are in JA, who are connected to I, for their works, everything we've done so far, Not forgetting South African Massive. Yo, USA, anyone who's willing to link up, check out Fyah Prince there, YouTube, Fyah Prince there, Spotify. All right, check I, TikTok for linking up direct. Can be able to send up messages. Let's see what one. New album dropping soon. It's gonna be everywhere. So yeah, still saying let's support righteous, conscious message as always. Positive vibes.
Yes, always positive, always positive. Everybody check the show notes, because when I have his URLs, his links in the show notes, so you can link up with him today, and make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button, and show the love that we all want to be able to feel. So definitely do that. And as we conclude this enriching conversation with Fyah Prince, we celebrate a true artist whose passion for music and expression transcends cultural and geographical boundaries. His journey from the vibrant scenes of Venda to the global stage illustrates a dedication to both his roots and his craft. Thank you, Fyah Prince, for sharing your insights and stories with us. Your relentless pursuit of meaningful music continues to inspire and uplift. To our listeners, we invite you to explore Fyah Prince's extensive discography available across all major platforms. Stay connected with him on social media and keep up with his latest projects and performances. Check out our show notes for all of his links to social media. Join us next time on the Reggae Hour podcast for more captivating stories and soul-stirring music. Until then, keep the reggae spirit alive and vibrant. One love. One love to you, Fyah Prince.
Yes, I celebrate life, everyone, anyway you do so. Yeah, man, watch Reggae Hour, you don't know Mr. E, one of the best doing it. Large job.
Everyone, just wanna be home, chilling with the sons and the daughters of men, Africa, my home, where the elders give telling stories of the past. Just wanna be home, chilling with me brothers and the sisters in the rivers, Africa, my home, where the sun gets hotter than anywhere out there. Africa is the place everyone wanna be. A lot of different race living in unity, even though some of them are only dirty fighting, taking money from oppressors, them not do the right thing. Wanna keep dividing the people, staying in isolation, that a thing are really so evil. Obliging on my people, turning from walking into dead, killing economy, leaving my people with the stress. Just wanna be home, chilling with the sons and the daughters of men, Africa, my home, where the elders keep telling stories of the past. Just wanna be home, chilling with my brothers and the sisters in the rivers, Africa, my home, where the sun gets hotter than anywhere out there. Have you ever seen how we were meant to be? A star that shines so bright, that's a melanin. They must take this slavery. Colossus and the polio, them are trying to spread. Why can't you see? Oh, the destruction is only Babylon. With the waters that them are meant with we drink, kill them a kill we, a food we a eat them a made a we, tobacco that we smoke, that a thing a serial killer, never take it for joke, never know that Rasta man are really strong and whoa. A chilling with me sons and the daughters of men, Africa my home. When the elders kill telling stories of the past, just wanna be home. No chilling with me brothers and the sisters in the rivers, Africa, my home, where the sun gets hotter than anywhere out there. Africa is the place everyone wanna be. A lot of different race living in unity, even though some of them are only dirty fighting, taking money from oppressors, them not do the right thing. Wanna keep dividing the people or staying in isolation, that's a thing I really so evil. Obliging on my people and turning from walking into dead, killing economy, leaving my people with the stress. Just wanna be home, or chilling with the sons and the daughters of men, Africa my home, where the elders still telling stories of the past. I just wanna be home, no chilling with me brothers and the sisters in the rivers, Africa my home, where the sun gets hotter than anywhere out there. It's only in Africa where the melanin are clean and pure. Only in Africa the sun is shining in every corner, in everywhere you go. People them so loving, beautiful smiles you go find in them beaches. Woo! The people like clean-hearted, every time them are treating other people. Just wanna be home, chilling with the sons and the daughters of men, Africa my home, where the elders skill telling stories of the past, just wanna be home. They chilling with me brothers and the sisters in the rivers, Africa, my home. Where the sun gets hotter than anywhere out there to home. They chilling with the sons and the daughters of men, Africa, my home. Where the elders still telling stories of the past, just wanna be home. They're chilling with me brethren and the sisters in the rivers, Africa, my